Okay guys, today's the day. Giving you a boat tour.
So, standing on the foredeck, we have two foresails, so it's a cutter rig. Both the furlers are manual and they were new in 2018, and we love them. It's super easy to use. Both lines go back to the cockpit, so we don't ever have to leave it. The Genoa and the jib are both from 2016. The jib is fairly lightly used, as we only use it from maybe 25 knots and up. The Genoa, we use it every time basically, but it's in good shape. We service it every year. It's pretty big. It's, I think, between 130 and 140% of the mainsail, so it's quite a large sail. Then we have the windlass with 75 meters of stainless steel chain, 10 millimeters. The motor for the windlass was new in 2018. We have foot switches for the windlass, and we also have controls in the cockpit. We'll show that later. And then we have the anchor chain stopper, which acts sort of as a secondary snubber in a way. It takes off the load from the windlass. And then we have extra snubber lines also, just to protect the windlass and to take some strain from the anchor chain and from the windlass. We have a 30 kilogram stainless steel anchor from Bügel, it's called. They're not that well known, but it's sort of similar to a Rockner, but it's straight. So it has this arch on top, so it always lands on the ground on the right side, and even if we turn around, it digs itself back in again. We have the anchor locker. For the anchor chain obviously, and then lines, hoses. There is a washdown here, saltwater washdown. So we can connect the hose here and then wash the anchor chain down or the deck, but it's saltwater. Then if you want to come forward, this is the big hatch for the V-berth in the front. And these two are for the companionway, or for these two hatches are for the starboard cabin, the bunk cabin, and for the gangway, for the
Hallway? I don't know.
hallway, for the hallway.
This one opens up.
This one opens up to this side, so yeah, we can't show it. It's locked. So, but the wind funnels in again. It's very, very nice. The wind funnels in, goes throughout the boat. We have these two, which are very nice. They catch the wind and give ventilation for below. So you can twist them. Obviously, when you have water coming over, you just turn them around. We have two spare halyards. So one is now taking the dinghy, and the other one we keep it here. Yeah, we use it for the spinnaker pole mainly and for the dinghy. Then we have our spinnaker pole. It's always set here. It has its own little winch, which is super handy. So we just unclip it here, pull it up, and then it swings out. We do it in, I don't know, 5 minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Connect two lines, pull it out, put the cheat in, and then just swing it out. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward, and it's nice that it always has its dedicated position here at the mast, so it doesn't take up any space on deck, and it's secure here. Yeah, it's a very good setup. We have two manual winches here on the mast for the halyards. Then these are the hydraulic hoses for the mast, the furling. They come out here and they go for the furling. Yeah, these are the halyards for the mainsail, the topping lift, which goes up there, and then on the other side we have the halyards for the two sails in the front. The mainsail was new in 2021. It's from North Sails, as are both sails in the front. Yeah, it's a nice sail. It's super easy to operate. We have 4 switches in the cockpit, I'll show you, and yeah, easy stuff. There's a manual override here. You just put a winch in and then you can manually. There is a manual boom wang here, so you just operate it with these two. Then we have our life raft here, which is for 6 people. These 2 hatches are for the saloon, and for the front windows we have these this canvas here, which protects just the front windows, so it doesn't get as hot inside. We put some reflective foil on the side of the windows here, so that it doesn't heat up as much with the sun, and it works perfect. New standing rigging in 2018, so fairly new. Looks pretty good. These are jack stays, so running jack stays. If we have, let's say, 25-30 knots and above, and we use the smaller head sail, we take these and run them aft and just hand tighten them to support the rigging. Super easy to do.
Sorry.
Super easy to do. You don't have to do it a lot, obviously, but it's good for protection of the mast. This is the inner track for the jib sail, and this is the other track for the Genoa. As you can see, we put on the lights on the spreaders and underneath the boom, which makes very nice lighting at night. So it lights up the cockpit through the bimini. It gives like a very nice and warm lighting, and it doesn't draw much energy at all. It draws like 1 amp, so you can leave it on all night, which is nice. So the boom, vang, mast, and the spreaders and spinnaker pole were all freshly painted in 2021. We changed the perspex of the spray hood, so they're all new, and we included a zipper for the middle one so that we get some fresh air in the cockpit, and it makes a huge difference. It's actually, I think, one of the best upgrades we have done this year, and we are quite mad that we hadn't done it earlier. Yeah, our dinghy, for nights we take it up on the side. New engine, and it's really cool. We can do wakeboarding behind it, and it's a nice engine. Doesn't use a lot of gas, and it's really nice. Maybe we go to the aft first. We have our outboard crane here, which makes it super easy for handling the outboard. We put the outboard here. When we go on passage, or actually when we go out, sail anywhere, it just takes like 2 minutes, and it's worth not having to think about that issue. Then on both sides we have these nice gin and tonic seats. Yeah, super comfortable. Even on the way, it's just awesome to.
I'll take a seat too.
Yeah, it's very awesome. We have a huge aft deck to do sports, or to chill, to grill, we have actually 2 wooden chairs, like beach chairs, which you can put up here, and a little table in the middle. We use it more, I guess, for going on the beach, but it's nice here also.
Let me show the view again from here. Okay.
The backstay, which you can adjust with a winch down here. And then we have back here the davits, which are 100 kilograms, so we could easily leave the engine on, but we choose not to. And then we have the sugar scoop with the bathing ladder, which you can easily fold down from the water. I can show you. So even if you're in the water, you can grab this and just pull it down, which is super nice. So if you jump in the water and you forget to take down the swim ladder, then you're always safe. So you have gas bottles in here, 2 gas bottles in here, and then there's another 2 over there. Shower, And our revarnished flagpole, which we have to put the flag back on. Amazing solar. We have 710 watts of solar, which gives us, I mean, I checked today, we started the day off I think with 70%, and now we are at 95, so it gives us all the power we need during the day. We hardly ever have to run the generator for power consumption. Let's go into
deck lockers, how big are they?
Oh, deck lockers, yeah, we have 2 on each side. So this one is our fun locker and the other one is our working locker, let's put it this way. They go all the way down to the bottom of the boat. So we have diving equipment, sports equipment,
Spare sail.
Another mainsail is in there. Yeah, it's super useful, super big. We have huge cleats, by the way. So these are like commercial style cleats, which you don't see a lot. We have lifelines on both sides rigged. We usually leave them on as we go out for ocean passages. Just the two of us quite frequently, so instead of re-rigging them, we leave them on. Let's go into the cockpit. We have the main sheet winch here, which is electric. You have a button here. And then you have in the cockpit another 4 winches, so 5 altogether. These two 58 ones are both electric with the bottom here. And then you have 2 smaller ones on each side, which are manual. So yeah, very easy setup. Engine controls, and these are the anchor controls from the cockpit. Very useful if you want to raise or lower the anchor yourself. And then we have a nice steering wheel, which Jessie all redid. Painful handwork. She did every single stitching herself. And a couple of long days in Menorca.
Blood, sweat and tears.
Blood,
guys.
sweat and tears, that's true. A compass. This is for the bow thruster on off. And then what's quite interesting is that the
Come around the other side. Sorry.
What is quite interesting is that the bow thruster controls you do with the feet. And I think it's awesome because you have both hands free. You can use one hand for the throttle, which sits here, which is awesome. And then you have the controls for the main sail here. So this is the outhole, the further control and the outhole control. And then you have charging points here, and then another charger up there in the front of the cockpit. You have autopilot control here. And then there's another 2 new Raymarine screens up there where you can see everything: wind speed, depth, apparent wind, true wind, everything you like. And in the middle there's a chain counter. Oh yeah, and then we have a secondary radar screen in the cockpit, which is very useful at night. So we leave that on, and you can check for squalls, for other ships. It's actually very, very nice to have that here. And then we usually have, or we always have the iPad app. So we do most of the navigation with the Navionics iPad app. And we have it either here on the binnacle, or we put it up here for passage making. And yeah, we find, even though that we have the newish Raymarine plotter down in the nav station, the Navionics app on an iPad is just so much more intuitively to use. And since we have a Wi-Fi transmitter down there, which transmits all the data and AIS signals to the iPad, so everything is on the iPad, which you could see on the plotter, so you don't lose any data. Yeah, it's a really, really cool feature, and it keeps on updating, itself, so it makes it really nice. What else? Cockpit cushions. Yeah, we have what's cool is we have these harness points here. So there's 4 in the cockpit, So obviously when
Two more back here. Sorry.
obviously when we're on passage, we want to, or we always clip in at night, at least when the other one is sleeping. So the other one is here in the cockpit, clips in. The other one has a good rest, so he knows that the person up on top is safe. There are windows to the kitchen, to the bathroom, and to our aft cabin. And also we have, of course, the table here for the cockpit, and then down there we have an extension which goes out here and makes it that much larger. And yeah, what else we have? I forgot to mention the rescue. We have a rescue sling on the port side, and on starboard side we have a U-shaped horseshoe rescue ring. So on both sides we have something to quickly deploy if somebody would go overboard, or if we have to rescue somebody, we can throw it out. Everything is, what we love about it is that everything is like close, you know, we don't ever have to go out of the cockpit to do any sail handling, which makes it that much safer for us to be inside our cockpit. What else? Yeah, some antennas back there. There's the Iridium satellite antenna in the back, navigation lights, GPS antennas, AIS antenna. We have what is called a wing keel. I think it became popular in the 90s when the America's Cup team, I think of New Zealand, won with a mysterious keel and nobody could see it, and they covered it up, and then it turned out to be this wing keel which made them win the America's Cup. And anyways, so it was quite popular at that time, and what it does is it reduces the draft, first of all, which is awesome. So we have 1.85 meters of draft only, where the standard keel would be 2.1 meter. And yeah, we don't see any drawbacks with it. We have found that if you're motoring against big waves, that maybe it could like slow you down a little bit. But other than that, we feel sometimes it makes us less roll in the anchorage because you have more lateral surface to balance you out. It's like like an inbuilt flopper stopper. And yeah, we came to like it a lot, so there's no issues with that at all. Yeah, other than that, it's a very easy to handle boat for two people, and we weren't experienced at all when we bought her. So for us, it's perfect. Yeah. So the engine is a Perkins M135, 6-cylinder, 6-liter, 135 horsepower, no turbo, no electrics on it. So everything is mechanic, which is awesome. So there's not a lot which can go wrong with it. Yeah, we love it. It's a very powerful and reliable engine. Yeah, I think we're gonna enjoy the sunset and have a little supper.
Alright, that's it guys. Thank you for watching this video. We want to show you a tour of the interior as well, but we need to clean up first. Kind of always a mess. If you like this video, please leave a like, comment your favorite feature of the boat, subscribe, and see you in the next one.